we're not as fortunate as blessed. But I'm not mad at you, Kevin. Look, you praise God.
Thank you.
Praise God. We used to have Twinkies, the ho-hos, the Hostess pie.
I don't know what Hostess pie
See,
is.
this is why I didn't even want to bring it up. Just
it's because it's gross, Kev.
Oh, it's gross, my
the little Hostess chocolate cupcakes with the little white swirly thingy on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, them?
Yeah, they're
a whole bunch of
Hostess.
stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't know that's what they were called. I know.
Even the little mini white powdered donuts, they're Hostess.
I don't like powdered donuts. They're disgusting.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Powdered donuts are disgusting and they're messy. There's no point in eating a powdered donut.
I prefer chocolate donuts over powder, so I can agree with Kevin on that sentiment. I don't eat powdered donuts like that. My dad loves them.
When I was a kid, I would tear a powdered donut up. Not as much now.
And then your mouth dry.
I'm more of a glazed now. I'm more of a glazed or like a
absolutely.
Krispy Kreme when it comes right out and it's just when it's hot when it comes out.
Oh yeah, when the light is on. If you don't get them when the light is on, it's not. You need them fresh.
Lord have mercy. That's the difference between the Gen X generation and millennials. Y'all,
you're
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just how y'all are.
Maya, what kind of donuts do you like?
I like glazed, or I like the maple bacon donuts. Those are good.
So you like glazed and maple donuts? You like that mixture
with the bacon?
She said maple bacon.
Yeah, maple bacon.
There's a difference.
Now, let's get this straight. I agree with you. It's good. You like bacon on your donuts. You like that mixture, but you don't like other normal mixtures that people like.
No. It depends what it is. Like, I'm a texture person, so the texture's not there, then I'm not there.
Yeah, I can identify with that for sure.
It is weird.
If we stop saying it, like that's normal. That's not normal. Listen.
Yes, it is normal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Stop. It's normal. Stop. It's normal. I'm not listening to you.
Oh
Stop.
My God.
Stop. Hey y'all, welcome to Fr3sh Friday.
Hey y'all.
What's up? We got a pretty cool topic. We'll see where it goes. Since we're on especially this I Am Possible series. Maybe we can talk about some stuff. I just want to just throw some stuff out there and see how y'all feel about it. And
oh gosh.
What? It's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be good. No worries. No worries.
Famous last words.
Right. You're gonna have us up here thinking.
No worries. This is Kevin. This is what I was talking about. We used to eat these as kids.
Yeah, this is before Pastor Nick. Normally I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you, Pastor Nick, but absolutely
that's why I said I wouldn't even do this with y'all because we had the app, the lemon. I'm not a big lemon fan, but the lemon ones, these were good as a kid, as a child. This is why I don't qualify myself as a millennial because that's not. Y'all, we grew up. We had two different things growing up.
I love how you take the time to find things that not qualify yourself as a millennial. I love this effort. I research.
But no, I didn't pick this. I didn't pick this to separate us. I saw it. Somebody posted. I said, you know what, that'd be good for us to talk about. And I said, you know what, they probably never had one before. So it's like.
You know your congregation, Pastor.
Yeah, Ashley, what year were you born?
89.
89. See, thank you. I was born in 81, so I had a whole decade before. No, Maya, you was born in 90, right? Or 91?
90.
Kevin, when were you born?
93.
Thank you. I had a whole decade and some change before some of y'all, or at least that. So, I mean, I had a whole life experience. Oh, that is why I don't really. I'm in a different group. I'm sorry. I love.
But my oldest brother was born in 85, and I don't even think he's had any of that. I've never even seen that.
Thank you, Andre. All of us older folk need to know the difference. It was a cheap snack. It was like you had some. Please tell me y'all had hugs.
Yeah, the Huggies.
I was about to say
the drinks.
The drinks? Yeah.
Wait, Maya, what were you thinking?
I didn't know. It's like, what is that? That was another like hostess pie type thing.
No, what was the best flavor of hugs?
The blue one.
The red one.
Did you the green?
Who said the green?
Maya.
Thank you.
Maya, no.
Thank you. Her tastes are weird. Thank you.
The green.
Now, that's like saying purple. Purple was just straight sugar. That was disgusting.
Oh yeah.
It was between the red and the blue.
Mm-hmm. Blue was my favorite.
He said the green. God.
Thank you. Thank you.
The green ones are good. What you talking about?
Oh,
first of all, I don't even remember what the flavor of the green one was.
Right.
What was that?
It was apple, right?
I don't remember either. I just liked it.
Yeah, nah.
It was apple.
Mm-mm.
But I know the red. That's we call it purple drink with no name to it.
Anything grape flavor was not it.
Yeah.
It's not it.
But please tell me, hey y'all, we're gonna start talking about something serious in a minute. But please tell me, you guys had the budget cereals, like instead of having Fruit Loops, you had like the Ringos and
the ShopRite brand. Absolutely.
Yes.
I still eat ShopRite brand cereals.
I didn't even get ShopRite brand. I got from the dollar store.
Yeah, you had instead of Frosted Flakes.
As you grow older and you still grocery shop, see why you got the ShopRite brand, because
right.
Hold up now. Let me save a couple dollars.
Did you see that Bean and Adult was choosing between a pack of meat that's $11.80 versus $11.75?
Trying to search for the cheapest one.
It's like a 20-cent difference. And you pick that up.
Listen,
adulting.
Penny counts.
Hey, yo, welcome to Fr3sh Friday. Please do us a favor and share. If you can. We won't be before you alone.
Oh, there's mercy, Father.
Yeah.
Merciful God.
That thing came over me. Sorry.
Jeez, you caught the Holy Ghost.
Everybody looks scared with everything.
It's been a long week. Okay.
Woo.
It's been a long week. What was I gonna say? Share, y'all. Come on. We won't be before you long. Just real quick. So I just turned 40. Maya is 31, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Ashley, you were 30, almost 33 or 33.
I'll be 33 this year in June.
This year. And
on Father's Day.
Father's Day. Oh, cool. Kevin's still wet behind the ears. He's the youngest, he's the baby of the crew.
Here. Not of the whole crew.
Who's younger than you?
Desiree.
Desiree. He's Desiree's birthday.
Happy birthday, Des!
Really? Her birthday's when?
Today.
Happy birthday, Desi!
Oh, happy birthday, Desiree. How old is she?
She just turned 28. And then the youngest of our crew is Shania.
Yeah, Shania's the baby.
Well, she's always going to be the baby. She's still like she's 17. So. And Kevin, you're what, 30? You're 29.
You're 29. Yeah, I'll be turning 29.
Don't turn your eyes up at 30, okay? Because
I'm really excited. I'm really just excited to enter my 30s.
You should. It's fun.
Am.
It is fun.
No, I really am. I truly am.
It is fun, okay?
The best decade of your life, Kev, is coming.
It is fun. It is fun.
I'm excited. I really am. I have to say that. I didn't when I turned 25. I never thought I would say that, but the closer I get to 30, I'm like, I'm excited for 30.
Kevin is still in his 20s. That's why he looks like he's in his 20s.
First of all, we all still look like we're in our 20s, okay? Don't let it deceive you.
I don't.
Well,
Nick, you do not look 40. Cut it out.
No, I don't say I look 40, but I don't look like I did in my 20s though. I had hair. All this wasn't gray. That's what happens when you have family and kids. It does that to you.
Cool.
And pastoring black people.
And pastoring black people.
This man.
Pastoring will age you. I'm tired, y'all. So
mercy.
So I was thinking earlier, how often how we are conditioned to view our 20s, 30s, 40s, and etc. Right? So they say in your 20s, have fun. You don't have to be that serious. Kind of just live your life, enjoy it. Right? 30s get a little more serious. 40, settle down in your 30s. 40s, you kind of be a little more settled. I think one of the problems with that perspective is it's cool in your in your 20s to not, you don't have many responsibilities. If you don't have any family, no kids, you can kind of work a lot, have fun, do stuff. But what they forget to tell people is the older you get, the faster time goes. And when you're in your 30s and your 40s, you may look back on your 20s and say, yeah, I had a good time, but I also could have been a little more serious. Because you start seeing how what you did in your 20s affects your life in your 40s and your 30s. And I think for any group, I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, don't enjoy your 20s and enjoy, that sense of freedom. I'm just saying in a balanced way where you understand that the choices in your 20s and 30s affect you later in life. I can look back and wishing that I started some stuff in my 20s or didn't do stuff in my 20s that's still affecting me today, both positive and negative. So in essence, I'm trying to get around to, that's how I heard growing up. I don't know if y'all heard the same thing growing up, but there's some stuff that God wants to do in us, those in your 20s, early 30s, even if you're above 30s, in your 40s and up. Here's what I'm trying to get to. Thinking you have more time is a lie. That's what I'm really trying to get to. Thinking you have all the time in the world is not always true. So, with that in mind, what do we need to start working on today? Because it takes years to build stuff. Again, there are no overnight successes. It takes years to build stuff. And when I tell people, I'm like, start stuff earlier, because you never know, it may take you 5-7 years to at least get to the beginnings of success, not the fulfillment of it, the beginnings of success. It's something that can take you for the rest of your life. What can we do in our 20s and 30s to build towards? Because I'm telling you, that time goes fast. When I was 30, I woke up at 30. I said by 40, I want to have this done, this done, this done, this done. And I looked when I turned 40, it didn't get this done, this didn't get done. It went by so fast. You end up, this happens, this happens, this happens, and life just happens sometimes. And the problem is, I'm ranting, but I'm gonna finish on this. At least I think so. Is that this life is like a train. When you don't have a lot of passengers and don't have a lot of responsibility, you got a single car, you're moving fast. Life starts kicking in, you start adding to your train, and it starts to slow down some, or some hits may happen that slow you down some. The whole premise I'm trying to get to is creating that momentum while you're young. So when the hits of life start to come and the setbacks come and you start adding responsibility to your life, your train is still moving. It doesn't stop, if that makes sense. So I'm glad Andre started saving money for his retirement in younger years. They actually say, those of you in your 20s, if you wait until your 30s to start saving up for your retirement with a good market, you've cost yourself 6 figures on a 10-year difference, because you don't maximize contributing to your retirement accounts in your 20s. You're like, my 20s, I'm trying to, we got money for, don't get me to spending sprees I went on and the amount of shoes I bought. I could have put that into a savings account and investments and, oh, Lord have mercy. Let's not go there. Just learn from our mistakes and let it build. So that momentum, what do we need to do now? Because time is moving quicker. So when life comes, events happen, you still can keep pushing forward. I'm done talking. Somebody jump in.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. What I will say is something that I have implemented now, to kind of piggyback on the whole saving aspect, because I'm starting to understand it a little more, in a better sense. Like when you're in your 20s, at least for me, the importance of having like a 401k and all of these different things to set you up for your future, wasn't necessarily broken down, especially when you go into even normal jobs that 20-year-olds might be working in retail or what have you. If they say, oh, after a year of working here, you're eligible for a 401k, and you're like, what's a 401k? Yeah, everybody's looking at that instant check and they're like, I don't need any more money taken out of my check. I need my money. I have bills. I have responsibilities. But they don't understand that extra $15, $25 increments that you get taken out of every pay period that you can roll over to another job if you do leave and go somewhere else and they have 401k opportunity or availability. There's this thing that one of my friends actually gave me for Christmas. And because they know I have to save up for school. It's called the 100 Envelope Challenge. And it's basically where you, out of every check, you take cash money and every envelope has a dollar amount on it. And by the first 100 days of the year, you've already put away a little over, I think, $5,000 by the end of the way the increments work. So what she did was she took that, because of where I work at now, she took that and she said, we're going to double these increments. So by the time the first 100 days are in, I will then have saved in my savings $10,000. And if you do that in the course of 3 times during the year, because we have 365 days in a year, by the end of the year, you got 30,000 sitting in the bank. That can be set up for you to divvy up for rainy day money. You can do whatever, all of that. And it teaches discipline in small increments, because not everybody's the best with money management. And when people are like, oh my God, I have bills, I have this, how am I supposed to take? For some people, $15 to $20 a paycheck seems like a lot coming out. But when you condition yourself to saying, I don't even need to see it, it's not there. And by the end, you're like, oh my goodness, I can really do this. I can really live by my means. And it's so important for me now that I look at that, because I'm more disciplined. I wish I was this disciplined when I was 21, 22, because where I could have been at 25, 26, I could have purchased a home. I could have put a down payment on a home and had a townhouse and all of these different things had I been in the mentality that I'm in now. And it's just like, but the good thing is that, like, now that I know this, I have mentees. So now I can teach them those things that I didn't necessarily learn at that age now. So I'm like, I want you guys to get this before I had to get it, because when I need a place to come stay, I want to be staying at your home at 25 when you bought it. Like that's the good thing about it. For the missed lessons that we don't necessarily teach ourselves or are naive to, we can definitely pass that on to the people that are younger than us, for sure.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, I did see that challenge on TikTok about the envelope challenge. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that sounds cool to do. But for me, what I say, just agree with Ashley. Like, I think discipline in ourselves really, really puts us in a position to really set up for some longevity. I know for myself that, I had always had that discipline factor when it came to my money management and stuff like that. But I really, really didn't learn more about discipline until I actually stepped out on by myself and got my first place. And I tell people, like, because some people, they're like, I'm so afraid to get my own place. And it is a scary thing. But for me, that taught me so much about, insurance and just the little things like renter's insurance and just everything. It just opened my eyes to so many different things. So I am grateful for, being able to be pushed out there and learn more about that. And that's why I feel like I'm ready for my 30s, because I've learned a lot in my 20s. I've always had that mindset as a young guy. Like, even in college, I wasn't really about like the college life. I've always been about like business. All right, I want to work. I want to make money. I want to start saving. I want to start living that adult life and stuff, like just being an adult. Like, I never had that desire to want to, go crazy in my 20s like that. So I feel like I learned a lot about myself in my 20s, which I feel like I'm going to step into my 30s. And like Carolyn said, in the comments, she had said, like, learning how to, where did she say it? Hold on. Get a few real passive income streams. So, and that's what I'm learning, that, finding different streams of income as well is that's today's world. Like nowadays, you don't really have one person. Well, there's some, I'm not going to say there's not, but a lot of people really have different streams of income nowadays. And it's a norm. It's becoming a norm.
You have to.
Yeah, and you have to. But not only that, it also keeps you busy because you learn more and you start, really stretching your talents and starting to learn that you have interest and love in other fields as well. So that's what I just want to agree with you, Ash, like that whole discipline factor and, putting yourself in position to want to be disciplined, because I think that's what we have to do. Is like sometimes we have to say that, okay, I need to discipline myself because it comes to when you got to pay that bills, either you paying that bill or you getting some new shoes, right? So
okay, because that's the thing.
Mindset, like just having that mindset. So I would definitely go with having that disciplined mindset is what really has helped me and has prepared me for my 30s.
For sure.
I think it's actually cool. It's turned into a financial conversation because while y'all were talking, I was literally thinking about the amount of money I spent when I was just me, no family, and I counted my shoe, how much I bought and spent shoes one time, and I got so sick of myself after I did that. I didn't buy another pair of shoes for almost 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
I didn't need them anymore. I'm like, what are you doing? Like for real. But two things. What it showed us is that most of us are for many, our parents and our grandparents were just getting by. So they taught us what they knew.
Absolutely.
And then what we do, we continue what we learned, which was just pay your bills and get by, right?
Yeah.
Some of us had, other people, parents or grandparents or whoever exposed us to a different way of doing it. But we continue to reinforce what we were taught. But it comes a point in time where you can't blame people for your lack of financial savvy when you can go pick up a book and read, or actually get a mentor, somebody can help teach you. Because the money you spend early on, could you imagine how much money we would have right now if we got the money we wasted over the past 15 years back? I mean, literally, like, could you imagine? So what I've learned to do now is that two things. First, you need at least 6 months to a year of your bills in savings. 6 months to a year. Because if something happened and you lost your job, you should be able to take care of yourself for 6 months to a year. Which means all of us need to make sure, count how much your bills are every month and figure out what you need to live off of if something were to happen to you. That's number one. I'm getting old now. I forgot number two. I knew I should have went to number two first and remember number one. Oh, this is what it was. Actually, two more things. This is what it was. I've learned to discipline myself that I mostly make myself. If I spend money on this, I have to put the same amount in savings or somewhere else. So if you go out on a spending spree and you spend $300 in the store, if you can't put $300 away in savings at the same time, then you don't need to go spend $300 at the store.
That part.
Learning to sacrifice your immediate need for what you want right now for long-term stability is better. The other thing is learning to have a stream of income for your play. So if I want to go buy some shoes or go buy a shirt, guess what I do? I have to go make that money outside of my regular paycheck from another stream of income to be able to buy this thing. And that's my play money. So it doesn't come out of bill money. But there are ways to do this. And I think, especially minorities, and even not even minorities, but the way the culture is now.
Yeah.
Looking like you got money is more important than having money.
Oh Lord, keeping up with the Joneses is a real thing.
And my thing is like this: if you have more money in your closet than you do in your bank account, you have this whole thing wrong. I want everybody tonight to go in your closet and count how much money you spent on shoes, clothes, hats, gloves, all that stuff, suits, whatever you got in your closet. Compare that to how much money you have in your bank account. If you spent more on clothes and shoes and stuff that you have in your bank, a reversal needs to happen. I feel some guilt all over the stream right now. I'm telling you, do it, and you're going to get mad at yourself. You might cuss yourself out. Like, seriously, we should not have more, because now we get into the whole thing of spending to appease ourselves, spending to make ourselves feel good, or the need to always have the new thing. You know, but those small tips are important to, you hear a whole lot of crickets. Those small tips are important, but I want everybody to do it. Go in your closet tonight and count how much money you spent in clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Count how much money you spent in shoes, and tell yourself you don't need no. Some of y'all still got stuff with tags on them. Come on now, talk to me. Come on. Got clothes? I know you don't. But
I definitely do. I just donated a whole bag. I went through my New Year's cleaning and going through things. I was like, I never even wore this. This has a tag on it still, and it's going away.
Even stuff you only wore once in your closet. Talking about I ain't got nothing to wear. You wore that once. You wore that once, and
it was photographed already, Pastor Nick. You have to understand.
Carolyn dropping the knowledge. She from Brooklyn, y'all. She from the hard streets of Brooklyn. I love you, Carolyn. That's my buddy right there. That's right. Don't let Afterpay and all them get you.
Yeah.
They found a new way to get you on layaway.
Yeah, because that Afterpay is everywhere nowadays. You see it, and people go off with that, and I'm just
dangerous.
You have to pay that's another bill you have to add to your your regular bill monthly. I never like Afterpay because I'm the type I don't want to see you take money out of my account that if I don't have it at that moment, then I'm good.
I'm not getting it. Exactly.
It's true. I mean, it's and I'm not saying that we can't buy stuff that we like or buy stuff we desire. All I'm saying is let's budget it. Let's think through it. Let's process it. Do I really need this? Not because you want it, but do you really need it? Because I remember my wife loves watching HGTV and all the house shows and whatever them shows are about building stuff. And
you enjoy those shows. You enjoy those shows too.
No, we have multiple TVs in the house.
Don't be repetitive like that.
Right? No, I'm not doing it like it's just she knows we don't have the same taste in TV shows like that, but it's okay. But we do in some, but not everything. But I was watching it one time with her, and this guy, he determined to live tight in his 20s, 30s, and 40s. So by the time he's in his 50s, he could retire. And in his 50s, he bought this huge house for him and his family to come. They come in, they live in there, they can leave, vacation. And he said, to me, those people don't think that far.
Yeah.
To think, live stable in my 50s and 60s and 70s where I work if I want to, rather than I work because I have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, and things happen. Life happens to people and stuff happens. Trust me, I get it. We're just trying to change how we think.
But Pastor Nick, I think it goes back to your original point that that you have to prepare because things are going to take time now. And nowadays people don't like that process or that time. It was funny because I just saw something on Instagram this week where something with Viola Davis where she got her first Oscar. She started acting in her 20s and she didn't finally get her first Oscar until she was in her 50s or something like that. So, she could have, given up and stuff like that. But I think nowadays we don't look forward to that process or that time factor. So instead we try to live in a moment and just do things that we're not thinking longevity or long term and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It goes back to we got
YOLO.
Time. YOLO.
The YOLO mentality is dangerous.
It is. It can really get people.
It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. But I think that and for anybody that does not know what YOLO is, depending on what generations we have on the chat, it's you only live once. It's an acronym. But I think it goes back to just basic life skills that I wish were taught in grade school. That we don't learn until life hits us and you have to learn the lesson. There are so many things that I learned in grade school And even in college, that I'm like, I'm never going to use this information again unless I end up on Jeopardy and somebody asks me a random question. Like, I'm never going to use some of this information, but learning how to deal with, learning how to cope with grief, learning how to cope with the loss of a job, learning how to, be financially stable, just financial wellness, learning how to do my taxes, saving properly, like basic life skills that are survival tactics that I could be learning about in school as a course. So by the time I graduate and I'm like, okay, I'm an adult now, I'm working, you feel like you're set up for success, as opposed to a lot of college students when they graduate, if they don't have a job coming out of school, it's like, oh my goodness, what do I do? What do I do with my life now? Like, I don't have a job opportunity. How do I search for a job? How do I make myself more competitive in my market? All these different things that you wish you were taught outside of A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It's just some of those things I wish were different, but I also do think, to take a nod back to the mentor thing, like, I think it's our responsibility to then pass those lessons along once we learn them. And that doesn't always happen either.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. A life skills class.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Just tells people, this is what life is like. This is how you save. And I think one of the things that gets a lot of people in this generation, and not even just this, but mine a little earlier too, especially when the reality TV waves start hitting, and you start seeing more how rich people live and stuff like that. You had regular people thinking they can live the same way. The problem is you don't have parents that are millionaires as of something to fall back on.
Absolutely.
So you see the celebrities acting reckless, their kids living whatever. That's because they got millions of dollars to fall back on. We got, grandma on Social Security, mama still working, and you don't have the same fallback.
Yeah.
I hate it's true. Poor folk don't have the same. Middle class, lower class don't have the same cushion as those who grew up wealthy. And I'm not anti-wealth. I'm just speaking reality here.
Yeah.
It's just is what it is. It's cool to see it on TV, but that in our lives though. And we get so caught up into here it was. So I'll use it. I know I'm still saying y'all, but y'all got this. So the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that whole album, first off, it's probably
the greatest, one of the greatest
album to ever even come out in our journey. It is hit. Look at Maya, I don't even know what you're talking about. It is hit after hit after hit after hit. Maya, you okay, Maya? She said, "Look,
you're on mute, Maya."
Yeah, I know. I ain't got nothing to say right now.
Have you heard the album before? Have you heard the album before?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Probably the greatest album
Maya,
to ever come out. Hit after hit. But the stuff she was talking about fits so good to this day because she kind of got on your look. You're trying to have this image and you're doing all this stuff and it's costing you something. And a lot of us don't think about we're paying the price for an image, but we don't recognize the high price that we're paying for said image and what it's doing for us.
Yeah.
To us. Excuse me. So in your 20s and 30s, you don't really have as much time as you think you do. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Come on.
No, you don't. You don't have that much time because 21-year-old Kevin said at 25 he was going to be in a house. He had this and do this and that, and then 25-year-old Kevin came and it's just like, oh wow, that went by fast. Now it's getting close to 30-year-old Kevin. It's just like, yeah, no, I'm coming to the realization that no, I don't want a house right now. I'm not ready for that. I'm ready for it. Once I'm done here in this apartment, it's time to move to a townhouse, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like
the townhouse.
Yes, so that's what I want to do because I know that me, when I get to my 30s and have my townhome, I'm not going to be home all the time to be keeping up with my yard and stuff like that. But I feel like you have to be real with yourself. That's the thing. Like, we're not real with ourselves, what we want to do, or it's okay to say, no, I'm not ready for that. And I think that's the conversation that people need to have, that, because you're a certain age and not at a certain place in your life or something like that, you're ashamed or you don't want to talk about that. But it's okay to say that, no, I'm not there right now. I'm not ready for that, but I have this lined up, or I'm doing this, instead of letting time go past and just, not saying anything or doing anything with your life.
Yeah.
And home, I was going to actually bring it up about home ownership, eventually owning property. And let's be real here, especially for African Americans. The reason why you don't see a lot of generational wealth in African American life, because we don't have any property.
Yeah.
Most people, their wealth is generated family wise because of property and investments. They own property.
Yeah.
We own Gucci and own shoes, but don't own property. We say this. I know people are gonna call me judgmental, but it is what it is.
Oh.
I just find it crazy to have a mink coat, and the coat costs as much as your rent for like a couple months. It makes no sense. Living hood rich. Got a car that costs as much as your house. It makes no sense.
Hood rich for me. Hashtag hood rich.
It's the hood rich for
it's like, everybody has a different timeline, but we all should get into that. But I mean, when you look at this, the statistics of Black wealth in this country versus white wealth, is because a lot of it is because of property. And with the whole racist part of redlining and all that stuff like that. And that's what all Tulsa was about. Let's take all this property away from them, because when they had property, it was generating some wealth. So even if it's not your, like, I know somebody who's going to buy a duplex first and then live in one of the rooms and rent the other ones out, and other people's rent would pay for the monthly mortgage of the duplex. There are ways to do this thing,
right?
Where you own something to pass along when you die, besides, and get some life insurance, y'all. We don't need GoFundMe is not life insurance when you die.
Yeah.
Something to help people. Well, if they love me, they'll figure it out. If you love them, you won't make it hard for them to bury you. Just get some life insurance.
Something that my mom always taught me is that that everyone knows the saying, closed mouths don't get fed, and there's always help and assistance out there. So when you're ready to make that first move, or you have questions and stuff like that, all you have to do is research and ask the right questions. It's not like it's like hidden, or you don't have access to it. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't, ask those questions, and would it entail to, have an apartment, and what do I need to do and stuff like that. So now I'm in a spot like, okay, I know what I need to do. Now I need to start thinking about what I need to do when I want to own my townhouse. So there's things, organizations, people out there, and that's goes back to that mentorship, where it's so important. But I feel like the mentorship really is not frequent, because I think we live in a culture where we're always trying to compete with each other and try to instead of help each other. So that's why you don't see a lot of mentorship nowadays, or people that are willing to actually take that time to say, hey, this is how I did it. I want to see you do even better. My parents have always taught me that, we're going to teach, we want you to be better than us. We want you to do it better than us. So, but you don't see that nowadays. You see that jealousy and that competition even in families nowadays. So
Sorry, Maya, we've been talking. You got anything to say? You look tired. You okay?
No, all y'all saying great things. And I think it's true, like, we don't value the generational health aspect of things. Like, I have family down. I have a lot down in North Carolina that has been in our family for years. And I think it would be real easy to sell it off, especially with all the calls that we get and how much money that we're going to make if we sell it. And we get distracted by that instead of seeing what the future could be, not just for ourselves, but for, the family to come. So.
Yeah. You can imagine owning some property, and this happens, and a Family Dollar wants to lease your property and pay you rent every single month to be on your property.
It sounds real pretty.
Hello, they don't buy most of them companies don't buy the land. They just lease it off of the people who own it. And that kind of thing we need to start thinking about But a lot of it comes with education. You know, Ashley was right on.
Yeah.
Imagine if we were taught real estate. We probably wouldn't have listened totally as teenagers, but at least we would have known. At least we would have known. We would, you know,
for sure.
Real estate your freshman year of college, investments and savings your senior year, you know, that kind of thing, to prepare you for life also. You know, I'm glad we learned about dinosaurs and fossils, but it's not doing anything for me right now. I'm not saying don't take it out. It's just add stuff into it.
That T-Rex is not going to get me my bills paid.
Okay.
But history. It is good to know history. So don't take it out, but let's focus on the things that are going to help long term and have some longevity.
You know, it's just like we learn calculus and pre-calc and statistics and all these things, which is great. But if I consistently have to go through TurboTax or whoever else to get my taxes done, and when they do them, I don't even understand what they're doing, how is this helping me? It's kind of like we're shooting ourselves in the foot. And I think now the generation now is starting to tap into, I don't necessarily want to buy my child a car for their 16th birthday. I saw something on Instagram where this woman bought her 10-year-old son and her 2 daughters, like it was like 40 acres of land. And people are like, well, why would you do that for a 10-year-old? And he's turning 10. What can he do with that? But that land he will have whenever he's ready to take care of it, and whatever he wants to do with it, he will have that in their family forever unless he decides to sell it. And that decision will be up to him. Like those are things that will last forever. A pair of shoes, a bike for the first time is something that will only last until you outgrow it. And then you got to buy something else new. Land is there forever. It is literally there. Land will be there after we are gone, dead, buried, gone, ashes in the ground. Land is still there. Like it just, sorry, y'all.
No, you good. You good.
I just want better. I just want more for us.
Right.
The people.
Right. Shakira preaching in the comment section.
I see her. We miss you, Shakira, too.
I know. And you're right. Now we teach a lot of credit repair here at the church. We do a lot of money, especially when we're open, more investment classes. We're actually going to do a whole online investment series, financial series this year. We're working on the curriculum for it now. What we do in person, bring it all the way through. But a lot of biblical stewardship, talking is sowing stewardship, and it talks a lot about stewardship. How we manage our money, not getting into unnecessary debts if you don't have to. You know, we get things happen. It happens in life, you know, happens to all of us. But the Bible talks more than just sow and you'll get something and just put a praise on it. You know, it talks about purchasing stuff and the right stuff and saving your money, investing it. You know, that kind of thing. Look at the scripture of prosperity in a holistic view. Because sowing is a part of the process. It's not the whole process. But anyway.
Robin, to answer your question, if you go on Google and you type in 100 envelope challenge, they have the increments listed out for you that you can do and put on each envelope. It's set up for you to save, I think, like $5,050 in 100 days to put it away. If you can double or even triple those amounts in each envelope, it'll triple your end amount at the end of that 100 days, if that is something that you can do. But if all you can do is the original amount every single day, it's somewhere to start. And you'll see that you can do that in a quick amount of time, as opposed to saving, $2 to $3 out of each check by the end of the year, and you only having $1,000 in the bank, or what have you, which is still a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Anything that you can save is always a good thing. But yes, if you Google the 100 envelope challenge, all of the increments will be listed for you, and you can make your own. Yeah.
And that was one thing I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to say, because there are people that are going to outthink themselves with this. They're going to say, well, I can't save that much, so let me not do nothing. Saving $5 a day is better than saving nothing
at all.
If all you could do is $10, $15 a week, that's better than nothing. And if you put an investment account, that's compounded. Compound interest is a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. There's this book that y'all should read called The Compound Effect. Let me look it up real quick and see the name of the author. Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. There you go. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Get the book. And it talks about how those small things lead to big change. The Compound Effect, a very good book. You can do it money-wise too, saving little things up and how it builds. Like I don't know if y'all did this, but my grandma, used to always save coins, and that's before they had the coin thing at the
oh my gosh,
don't
you miss that?
Coinstar?
You had to wrap. You had to back in the day, you had to actually get the pennies and wrap them in the paper.
Oh, roll them, yeah.
You had to roll. Remember that's before all that came about. Y'all never did that before?
Well, they've gone back to it because they got rid of the Coinstars and things. So now you still got to roll your
that's because they were cheating people out of their money.
Yeah, that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
so I knew I had more in my bank than what they gave me.
Yeah, right.
Because I counted it before I brought it to the bank.
I'm like, this is wrong. Right.
This is wrong.
Right. But
two of my pennies were stuck together.
Yeah. but what it showed me was even saving coins builds money. I remember one year I took a bunch of coins I did it every year, save coins that I cash in at the end of the year. I went to the bank and I was waiting in line because the guys in front of me had 2 duffel bags full of coins. They saved up $1,600 worth of coins because what they did was every time they bought cigarettes, they would take the change and save it.
Wow.
And I had my little $40 in coins, think I had something. and I said, let me try it. So I saved all my coins for a whole year. I think I saved up maybe $400 by the end of the year. That was my Christmas shopping.
Wow.
That was most of my Christmas shop. I had, those small things, and we overlook those pennies and those dollars and those coins.
Listen,
you throw them away.
They be
get rid of them.
Coins.
Save them bad boys up. Compound interest. Compound. You know what we should do? Maybe the next Fr3sh Friday we'll bring somebody in that can help talk finances with us.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people have a lot of questions in the comments. It's a great discussion as well.
Compound interest is what makes people. It's right there, y'all. For sure. But the issue for a lot of us is knowledge and then the discipline to do it too.
Absolutely.
Discipline's a huge thing. It's a huge thing because a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I could do this. And it's really not as bad as you think. It's okay to go without certain things in order to set yourself up for better. One thing that I actually learned from one of my friends, I start every single paycheck with a fresh check. So although I'm technically not living paycheck to paycheck, I have myself live from paycheck to paycheck. So whatever I have left over from the other check before I get paid, that money portion of it goes into rainy day and the other portion goes into savings. I cut it in half and it goes. So that way I don't ever have to touch my savings. And if an emergency does come up, I have rainy day money that can take care of that. And then whatever I have in checking is play money or bill money. So it just rearranging things and formatting things so you don't have to dip into your savings. It helps. It helps. Informing those positive habits. I'm like, if you do something, they say it takes 21 days to form a good habit.
Yep.
If you're doing it consistently, that's less than a month. If you stay consistent with it, that's 3 weeks. That's a paycheck and a half. All you have to do is continue to do it. But so it's also good for the fact, like I said, my friend taught me, I have an accountability partner. You know what I mean? So somebody, Ashley, you're slipping or you not going back to the routine that we said that we were going to do. And we kind of help each other stay on track with that. That helps.
Yeah,
for sure.
It really does. And starting somewhere. That's what we want to get everybody to get. Start somewhere and have a plan. And let's be real, adults, we spend money for what we want to spend money on. We buy what we want and beg for what we need. Most people got money for stuff. If you got money to go out to eat a couple times a week, you got money for savings. And
I was just
brown bag it.
Is that small? Is that small by, you know, because if you think about it, if you go to work, you know, you go get breakfast, you go get lunch, you go get dinner and stuff like that. If you went to the grocery store and actually like packed your lunch or packed your dinner, your breakfast, or, you know, ate your breakfast at home and saved that money that you would spend at these restaurants, because post-pandemic, the prices went up like on everything.
Okay.
So
everything.
like, you're spending like $20 just on breakfast and lunch a day. So that's $20 every day.
That's $100 a week at least.
$100 a week.
You know how crazy we are? We'll go to Wawa or Dunkin' Donuts and get a bagel that costs $3.50 with cream cheese, but won't go to the store and buy a whole pack of bagels
for $2.
Yeah.
What gets us is convenience.
Yeah. Convenience, convenience,
all right, and laziness. Let's be real here. You could buy the pack and got the bagel. One bagel costs you as much as a pack does. So it's not that we don't ever go out to eat. It's just budget it or learn to cut up. Because again, compound effect. As Kevin said, if you spend $5, say you spend $10 a day on food, and you work, you know, Monday through Friday, that's $50 a week. That's almost $200 a month.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
you know, us
$100 a year.
folks, you know, a meal is $10 by itself.
Thank you. So we're wasting over $5,000 a year just on a year on
at least minimum
on food and going out. So it's not that we don't have it. Questions what are we doing?
Points.
And that's $5,000 that you could put towards paying off your car.
There you go. And I think, and access to capital too. There are ways to get money, ways to get stuff, to get started. It's just a lot of it is just knowledge and not knowing any better.
Yeah.
All right. And like, I remember I went a whole month. Everybody should try this once. We did it as a church a couple years ago. It's called a spending fast. You go for a whole month and only buy essentials. No going out to eat. No picking up stuff at a restaurant. No shopping for clothes. I might kill Kevin. You only get the essentials, and you literally go on a spending fast. And the whole goal is to show you how much money you have extra at the end of the month, to show you how much you're spending. We did it. It like to almost hurt us. But by the time the end of the month, we were all like, look how much money we had left over, because we didn't go out to eat, not once. You didn't go to McDonald's, didn't go to Wawa, went grocery shopping for everything, cooked it all, only got the essentials.
But then the goal is to then all that money that you save, don't blow it.
Don't blow it. Yes, that's the point of it. It's to show you,
put it away.
It's to show you to put it away and be better with your spending habits during the course of the month. Because I know during the pandemic, Amazon, the wonder why Kate got so much money, was buying stuff, online shopping, and going crazy,
blowing up during the everyone was shut in.
Look, it still is.
It's like Christmas every day when you get a package.
Right.
It still is. Yeah.
Amazon,
package, where you at?
And we're not saying you can't get stuff. It's just learn to budget it and learn to, do it practically.
Yeah.
All right. We got something we're gonna put up so we can go. I gotta go. I gotta do something real quick and then get home to these children. This was a good talk tonight. Now I don't know if this was y'all thing. Now Kevin probably didn't mess with this. He probably had his own soft serve ice cream in the house.
I did have a few of these in the freezer, so I will go. You can only pick two.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sad right now.
Have to do number 5. You definitely have to do number 5.
You got to go with the ice cream sandwich. You have to.
You have to
go with the ice cream sandwich.
If you don't,
you're savage.
So I will say I would do number 5, and my mom will buy my sister number 8. But I would more do chocolate. So I would do either 5 and 4 or 5 and 1.
See, I'm a 5 and 8. That strawberry eclair is the number one on this whole thing to me. Oh my God. That was the first thing I always got. and then the ice cream sandwich. The king cone is close, but if I had to do two, it'd be 8 and 5, definitely.
Okay.
8 and 5.
Well, I can't do anything with nuts because I have a nut allergy, so that's out.
Oh, Shakira,
but-
did you see what she just said? Sorry, Ashley, I just saw.
Shakira has Maya's taste buds. They're both
not an ice cream sandwich is nasty, sis. What? I'm torn between 3 right now, and it's 1, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Those are my 3. Those are my 3.
You're picking 3?
Because I can't.
You can only pick 2. You can only pick 2. I wanted to go with the king cone, but I only picked 2: eclair and ice cream sandwich.
If I have to pick 2, it would be 4 and 5 for me.
There you go. So between the 3 of us, we're 4, 5, and 8. Now, do me a favor. I need you to take this down. So
I need to see. He's probably going to do
Maya,
this. He's going to do number 6.
It's going to be Tweety in a snow cone. Watch.
First of all, those character ice cream cones, they don't never come. You open up, you're like, oh my God, it's Tweety, it's SpongeBob, it's Bugs Bunny. You open it up, and that thing looks so deformed.
Right? They have one eye. It's just like no.
And they're not even.
The gumball is hard and stale. Like
they're not even that good either.
It's ice cream. If you bite, oh gosh, God bless your teeth. Go ahead, Maya.
So I would pick 1 and 6.
Which one is 6?
Wait, what was 1 and 6? Please figure it out.
Oh God, I'm about to be upset. What is it?
The chip witch.
I knew it was Tweety. I knew it.
Oh,
thank you. We all did say Tweety. But
I like them.
Those ones with the characters aren't even that good, though.
Get or not?
Look, let's pick the worst. Honestly.
Okay, wait. I would pick number.
Tweety.
Is number 2 the flip, like the Flintstone ones? Because I like those.
The
too.
push pop.
Yeah.
I think
it's a regular push pop. The nastiest ones on here. That firecracker is disgusting. I never liked the firecracker.
They're all right. They're
like
a Kool-Aid ice cream.
No, and the creamsicle was suspect too.
No, creamsicle's good, Pastor Nick.
Creamsicle is good,
but the Tweety one takes the cake. But
the Tweety, yes, it's definitely Tweety. Tweety has to go.
But that's strawberry Claire. Me and your sister. Tell her me and her are right here.
Oh, okay, I'll let her know. But it's the chocolate. Even though strawberries are my favorite fruit.
Yeah, I love strawberries. Mm-hmm. But
so Maya and her weirdness, yes.
And I think the firecracker is just nostalgic in general because it's like the 4th of July popsicle.
Now, Maya, if you want me to be the one that everyone talks about tonight, I will say that I absolutely do not like water ice.
That just don't make no sense.
Wait, what?
No.
Like Rita's is not a thing for you?
Have you had Sundays?
No, I'm good with that. Y'all got that water ice. I can't stand it.
How?
It's not. I don't go crazy for it like everyone goes.
No, I don't.
Who hurt you?
But it's good though, right?
Who hurt you?
I told my family I would get custard ice cream. No, you can keep the water ice.
Sundays in Berlin has good water ice because they actually have like the fruit in there too with it.
Mm-hmm. And it's creamy.
Water ice is not number 1 on my list, but I will get it if it's available.
But what is it about? I'm just confused. Like, what is it about water ice that is it a texture thing? Is it like sugar water and you're just like, no?
It never was like, oh, water ice.
So let's say, because there's some places that water ice isn't good. Now, I'm not going to name stores locally.
Oh no, we don't want to get
right. Just in case we ever, get sponsorship.
I think of a business mindset.
Right. But there are 2 places in particular I will never get water ice because they're not good. Rita's is good.
I love Rita's.
But even Rita's with what's the one where they mix the sherbet, not sherbet. Rita's
a gelati.
A gelati. There you go. They're good. So you don't like. Okay, let's ask this question. What's your favorite ice cream? Mine is butter pecan. It will always be butter pecan.
You're such a dad. That's such a dad ice cream flavor.
I got it from my grandfather. I loved it since I was a kid. Both of us would go get butter pecan ice cream.
Pecan. Yeah. If I was going to go get Now, are we talking about hard?
Doesn't matter.
Or
Anytime.
custard.
Anytime.
So I like custard, and if I get custard, it has to be chocolate and vanilla together.
You like custard over ice cream?
Like hard ice cream?
Yeah, I would if I'm going to like Readers or something, but I would get hard, like hard ice cream from the store. I would get like cookies and cream.
But I don't like hard ice cream. Only hard ice cream I'll really like is butter pecan. I could eat the rest, but I like soft serve better. Soft serve is my favorite because of the texture. But wait a minute, you're telling me you like custard better than regular ice cream?
It's better for you.
I didn't ask was it healthier. I asked what tastes better.
I was
for you.
Okay.
If I had to, it would be cookies and cream. But when I get custard, it has to be the swirl. And I have to tell you a joke after this, but
I prefer hard ice cream.
Thank you.
Shakira,
Thank you.
We let you pass with the ice cream sandwiches, ma'am.
This is my sentiments too. He is bougie. I keep trying to tell y'all. He prefer a croissant over a bagel. He wants.
I never said I could.
Croissants are good though.
I didn't say they weren't good. They are good.
They are good.
They're not like top of the list though.
If you get them from Costco, they are. You ever had a Costco croissant? They are good.
Yo, butter pecan is amazing.
That's right, Shakira. She's coming for us in a comment.
Butter pecan is good. I don't care what y'all say. Call me old man all you want to. I don't care.
Pop up, Nick.
No, I prefer hard ice cream. It would either be like mint chocolate chip or like cookie dough, or anything chocolate. Chocolate is my anti-drug. I love chocolate. Anything.
You're anti-drug?
Yes, I love chocolate. Chocolate makes me happy. Chocolate. I do. But I love chocolate.
No, I ain't mad at you. And what's your favorite ice cream?
What's yours?
I'm not much of an ice cream person, but if I have it, like maybe like a strawberry, or like the ice cream like that's on cruise ships. The soft serve, like
from the machine, the ice cream that's on
not all soft serve is like that. It has to be made a certain way.
What? How soft serve made?
On cruise ships, because that was
right.
You only.
I don't know.
How's it made different?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I mean, I've had it out of a machine before, and it wasn't the same. So
where's the cruise soft serve coming from?
Look, I don't know. I was on a cruise to the Bahamas, and I liked the ice cream.
That was so specific.
Right.
Or how they had it at the old country buffet. Like they made it the same way.
She said the old country buffet, but I don't like that soft serve ice cream though.
Yeah, I like it. I thought it was good.
If you're getting a sundae, like a chocolate, like a sundae with banana split or whatever, you need soft serve ice cream. You need soft serve ice cream. Yeah. I mean, come on, y'all.
Ice milk is good. I like ice milk. Yeah.
Ice milk.
I put milk in my ice cream.
It's a milkshake.
No, it's not a milkshake. when you put milk in hard ice cream, it crystallizes, and then it's really good.
What? That was a science experiment. I must have missed in elementary school. I didn't know that.
I moved beyond making sense of it all. I just accept it. It's just.
Right? Do you ever drink milk by itself?
Look, you asked me a question. Yeah, I do.
Oh no, I would get that. I used to do that. It's very good.
What? Just to drink a glass of milk? Don't share nothing else.
Yeah, I can't just drink a glass of milk.
Oh, sorry.
You have to have like cereal with it.
Cereal or cookies?
No, not even with cookies. Like, no.
You never did Oreos and milk?
Yeah, but it still didn't do anything. Like,
really? Because then it turns like I said, I like chocolate because then it turns your milk and it tastes like chocolate.
So.
Yeah, it's good. But
yeah. The best milk is after all the cereal's going and you have the cereal residue mixed in with the milk, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Thank you. Now we're back. We're back on the court because you lost me a couple minutes ago. But we're back here. Yes.
Okay.
That's
all right,
different.
I got to taste something. This was fun.
This was a great conversation.
Now I want some ice cream. Part of me is thinking about stopping by my ice cream spot on my way home.
No, sir. No, we are not doing it. We are.
Why? You don't eat ice cream in the winter?
No.
Why not? You go in the house to eat it in the heat.
It's cold.
Yeah. It's not one of like
I don't crave ice cream in the wintertime.
Yeah, you eat warm desserts during this time, like cookies and brownies and stuff like that.
But I eat that during the summertime too, though. I'm just like, I mean, you take ice cream, you take it home, you're sitting in nice heat.
I'm a soup person in the wintertime. I like warm.
No. All right, let's end the broadcast.
You don't like soup either?
No,
you did say that. You don't like soup, which is kind of.
Do you eat gumbo?
No.
Oh.
Maya, you don't eat soup either?
No, I love
Maya
soup.
doesn't eat anything.
No, that's not quite true.
Now this is good. Fried ice cream.
Oh yes, fried ice cream is
so
great.
Good. I've been trying to find somebody place that.
Nope.
The place that used to do it. I can't. It closed. I need to find a place that's still does it.
Sure. Fried ice cream or fried Oreos. Oh,
fried Oreos are. Oh my gosh.
Whew.
My childhood.
Change your life forever.
You got to go all the way to sure. You got to get some funnel cake.
Absolutely.
And you got to get fried ice cream. And they do that. I know they do the fried Oreos there too.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to do it. And you have to get the
here.
fries. There's so many things that you have to get on the boardwalk, or you didn't have the experience at the shore.
We're done. Shakira doesn't like Oreos. We're done. Those you demean one of the best cookies ever created in this lifetime is Oreo cookies.
Shakira, I know we agree to disagree, but that right there, ma'am,
blasphemous. I'm gonna put you in line with a heretic. That's what I call you. You're a heretic. The lake of fire is your destination. I'm playing. I'm playing. All right, y'all, I gotta go. See y'all later. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Bye.